once he got excited with the idea, I told him that we should make it both Indian and international audiences, because my intention is to take this film to every country of the world. As my final words, I'd like to say this, that there will be films which will come and go, but a text of 2611.
Now, my reason for why I was there is irrelevant in today's time. What are the explanations I gave in the past? But one thing which I definitely would like to clarify, I mean, over the years, of course, when something like the 2611 happens, you almost feel, in a sense, it's something unreal. I mean, it's beyond imagination. And the curiosity of that, to see a place, how it will be, just I had an opportunity to do invitation, I went. Beyond that, there was no other thing. And the fact that so much of things made, later understood because it's such an emotional moment for everyone, and to be looked at like a filmmaker is trying to exploit the emotion and is being insensitive, I understood later, and I truly apologize even now for the, unwillingly causing such kind of emotional people. Now coming to why now? See, to start with, there's no way I could have planned a film at that time, and my proof is simply that on the third day, when even the police did not know how it happened and what caused it and who were behind it, there's no way I could have gotten additional information. But whereas the planning for 2611 was made just about maybe a year back, or slightly more than that. And the reason for that is the investigation has been completed, and I've had the opportunity to meet some people involved in it, and to hear it, no matter how much in detail the media has reported the events, but unless you listen to it firsthand from a person, to the stories of people who saw it in their own perspective, in terms of when there are so many people involved, each and every person will look at it in their own perspective, and they will feel an emotion which is very particular to them. And then, of course, in the general context of what else is happening to the city in the course of that. To take the audience into that frenzy of activity and to make them feel the emotion firsthand of all of them, what's happening, and to give them an understanding. There's a difference between you being told and you actually feeling it. That's the basic thing I tried. I would say that it is a complete true representation of what happened, and the reason for that is most of my sources are either eyewitness accounts or Kasab's confession to the police charge sheet, to the judgment copy, to the Pradhan Committee report. So most of it is authenticated information. I did not try to suggest, which is not in the popular knowledge of anybody who want to know, it can be taken. But my interpretation will be primarily, when I say an emotion, if you know that Kasab had shot somebody in the station, to see his expression while shooting will give the emotional quotient. Otherwise it becomes information. It is these kind of details which I try to take in. Now, from a departure from just showing a trailer, which is what a normal thing, but 2611, I don't believe is just like one more film, because it's like a dramatic representation, a documentation of an event which shook up everybody's conscience in India. And of course, like Parag said, in the world. So I just want to show, not a trailer, but a 15-minute sequence on the film, just the beginning of how the film starts and how it goes, so that it will give you, because like I said, there's nothing new in the story. It is just the emotional process of how it happens. So I just request you to लेकिन जहाँ तक आपका सवाल है कि मेरा I feel in both ways. ऐसा नहीं कि see any time when you are looking at a violent mind, person who can एक आम आदमी शायद एक थप्पड़ भी नहीं मार सकता, लेकिन अचानक एक शहर में आके you can kill women and children and indiscriminately, वो कैसा mindset हो सकता है, क्यों ऐसा सोचते हैं, उसका 100% डिस्कशन इन द फिल्म. So जो भी मैंने सोचा, and think the film will answer that question. मेरे ख्याल से हर एक आदमी को दुनिया में आ रही है, not only necessarily about Bombay. Terror attacks, I think whole world is suffering in one way or the other. लेकिन point ये है कि we have to get on with the lives at the end of the day. Constantly, we can't be living in fear. और authorities जो कर सकते हो तो कर रहे हैं. But I guess, like everybody says, including the police, the solution is not going to happen so fast and so easily. एक real life story तो मेरे ख्याल से कभी ending नहीं हो सकता. तो point, तो in this particular context अगर हमने सोचा कि 10 लोग आए हैं और उसमें 9 मर गए और कसाब जिंदा था, उसका भी फांसी हो गया. लेकिन there are handlers, there are people who plan, there are perpetrators, you know. तो फिल्म ऐसी पूरी तरह जैसा फिल्म का एक इमोशनल एस्पेक्ट एंडिंग हो सकते हैं, लेकिन स्टोरी का एंडिंग नहीं हो सकता. जैसे कुछ लोग जो भी एक प्रॉब्लम है, आई थिंक इट्स मोर ए मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग एंड द मिसकंसेप्शन, जो जिनको मेरा इंटेंशन, हमारा इंटेंशन इसलिए हम फिल्म बना रहे हैं, मेरा तरह वो ठीक तरह से पता नहीं, सो मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग से उसका थोड़ा बहुत सम डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन दैट हैपेंड. But most people have incredibly cooperated in the making of it. Concentrates on the emotional aspect. मेरे ख्याल से see Kasab becomes the face because he is only surviving terrorist, one reason. और maximum जो हम जान चुके पुलिस में क्यों हुआ, कौन था पीछे, कैसे हुआ, it's mostly because of Kasab's interventions. Because of that he becomes almost one of the important characters. तो उसके जर्नी के हिसाब से आई ट्राई टू मेक पीपल अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट द थिंग इज अबाउट. जैसे मैंने कहा बिफोर द शोइंग, यू कैन टेक एनी कैरेक्टर एनी एस्पेक्ट एंड मेक अ फिल्म ऑफ दिस. दिस इज प्राइमरली टू डील विद द अटैक्स इन द नाइट एंड दे केम फ्रॉम समवेयर एंड देयर आइडेंटिटीज इज बीन एक्सेप्टेड बाय एवरीबॉडी. देयर इज नो डिस्प्यूट ऑन दैट. So I don't think there can be controversy there. And second point is, like I clearly said, this is not against any religion or a community. I am not trying to talk about any group. There are 10 people who came and killed. That remains a fact. So any sane person, I think, will only have to look at it in that spirit. Were you there before I showed? I explained this.
No, I was not there.
Then I can't subject them again. In fact, I wrote about it also. I can't tell the answer again because I spoke to all of them about it. एक सुनने में एक ऐसा हादसा हुआ, लोकल क्लब में फायरिंग हुआ और इतने लोग they died in that place. That is how we got to know. TV से या newspaper से, but to actually be there and to see it through the eyes of people happening, that is what I am talking about, an emotional aspect. एक जो भी एक happening है और आप अगर एक viewer उस वक्त only then you can understand the gravity of the whole thing, you know. So that is what I wanted to capture, but it's not about the attacks only. It's also about the mind states of people, जो police वाले हैं, जो Bombay के citizens हैं. Everybody has gone through. Everybody remembers what they were doing on 26/11. वो थे spot में नहीं थे वो अलग बात है, लेकिन it affected and hurt everyone in one way or the other. I wanted to capture that emotion. Even every most famous Muslim scholars say, all the people, they condemn terrorism. No? Obviously. Now the point is, the fact that many terrorists claim that they are taking it from religion, fanaticism.
मेरा सवाल वो नहीं
है. मैं समझ गया. So the fact that act like this can be done in the name of religion, I just wanted to use that as a symbol. But it's not, by using it in a wrong context is different, using it in a context is different. लेकिन फिल्म का शुरुआत आपको टाइटल्स पे है. It's not about when they came. That is not where the azan came.
शुरुआत तो अजान ही से की गई.
शुरुआत टाइटल्स पे है. Not I think you missed it. It's not coming when on the boat. I have many बोला आपको. This is completely concentrating on the aspects of that night and Kasab and the police story. It is not to do with the political after effects or जो भी बाद में हुआ. That part is not there in the film.
As I said, it's a very emotional film. You know, I don't know why people feel there's a lot of money to be made. It's a very, very expensive film because we have not been able to use any of the locations, the actual locations to shoot. So it means that to recreate every location, whatever's happening. So, having said that, it's a very personal thing that I'm doing this film, and whatever money we make out of this, if I carry this film all across the world, the first intention is I want the whole world to see what happened. That's the main intention. If you make money, I'm 100% more than willing. Let's put it on record to donate 100% of this money to victims and the survivors of crisis.